What is good, YouTube? This is Vortex46. I'm back with another video. Be sure to go follow me over on Twitter or X at Vortex46 for all of my picks for tonight's NBA and NCAA picks. Guys, pretty much this is being recorded from last night. Pretty much some of my picks didn't hit for college. One of my lock picks did hit. The Miles Bridges pick for him to score 25 points that he covered. He got 31 or 30 plus pretty much. But the other pick was for the Thunder Celtics game, for that to go under the total, which was 228.5. That did not cash. The game just ended, just finalized. My Thunder did win, and we covered the spread, which was the plus 3 or plus 4, if I remember correctly. But the final total was 230. We scored 118. Boston scored 112. But I'll gladly take that road win for us. And we're just gonna keep pushing, keep moving. It looks like my one spread pick for the Jazz that I talked about in yesterday's video will possibly also cash too. That was a plus 12.5. They're down by 6 currently with a little over 7 minutes left. So hopefully that sticks and stays. And the under for the Clippers Heat game, the over, that is probably going to go under. Clippers have 104 points. Heat have 92, which is a little over 7 minutes left in the game. For that one, I don't know if that's going to cash or not. But I will say for sure, for the NCAA, the one pick for sure that I'm glad that I took was the one that I talked about in yesterday's video. It was Iowa to cover against Ohio State. Main reason being is because I'm a hater of Ohio State. I don't like the university at all. And the main reason is because one of my brothers, they're a big Ohio State fan, and we're always going back and forth about why he likes it, why I don't like it. But it worked out that cash for me, so I'll gladly take Iowa covering the plus 5.5 for that one. But let's dive into the two NBA lock picks for today, as well as the few NCAA picks that I have locked in here for today. Just gonna read these off real quickly as fast as possible. Hopefully this video will be under 10 minutes long, so we'll see what happens with that. So the two lock picks for NBA, gonna be looking to take I was mulling over this for roughly about like 10 minutes. What did I really want to do per the information? But decided to go with the under, which is another 228.5 for the Nets. They're heading to Chicago here. Pretty much per the information is that, pretty much like if I remember correctly, the Nets are 3-2 to the under currently. Last 3 games on literally 2 games away, 1 game at home. Those 3 games specifically went under the total. The Bulls, on the other hand, the last 2 games that they've played have actually gone under, but the other 3 games, again, going by the 5-game rule of thumb, they're 2-3. So they have a back-to-back games, technically at home. Both of the most recent games went under. So hopefully this goes under the total. We'll see what happens with that pick. That's the first lock pick here. And the second lock pick is actually another under. Is for the Wizards at Detroit. They are doing a back-to-back game here. They just literally played, right? So they're getting ready to replay. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't travel anywhere. So it's just a back-to-back game. It's 233. I got it at 233. Bet 365. Minus 110. Main reason being, one, both teams are 4-1. Definitely Washington's 4-1. I believe both teams are 4-1, but I think also too it might be Detroit, if I remember correctly. Per the information, might be 3-2. But here's the thing: when they're playing against each other, literally the last 6 games, they're 5-1 to the under hitting in the last 5-6 meetings that they've had between the two of them. So I'm hopeful that this will go under the 228. Again, the last few games for both teams, they've been going under. They've been literally going under, whether they're on the road or at home, doesn't really matter. They've been going under. More specifically, Washington's games have been going under. So because they've met, again, the last 6 games, it's gone under the total. So I'm hopeful that will be the case, and that will indeed be something that happens. So those are the 2 lock picks. I don't have anything else for the NBA currently for these few games here. If I do decide to add a couple more, which I probably will, they just may just be player props or whatever. But like as I always say, go follow me over on Twitter for all of my picks as I share them moving forward. So next up, we're going to focus on these 4 picks for NCAA. I'm going to try to see if my laptop will come to me here as I work with this specific slate here. But basically going to be looking, the first pick that I'm going to be taking is the St. John's game here. They are hosting Butler, right? Let's see if I can find it. I'm just going to pull it up. It's going to be in the background here. Actually, it's an earlier game. It's 12 o'clock. I don't know why. Actually, no, I'm looking at the other slate here. But going to be looking to take St. John's on the spread, to cover the spread here. One of the main reasons why is because the number's so high, right? They're at home. The number is 12.5, right? So, but I'm taking them at a minus, right? So Butler has been covering more, seemingly been covering a little bit better, right? Just this, well, not really. Now I keep forgetting. Outlier shows like the number, but they don't show the actual ATS. So Butler is 1-4 to the spread over the last 5 games. Three of those games they were on the road. One of those games are at home. So I'm sorry, not 1-4, but 1-3-1. So that's that one. But St. John's is actually 3-2 to covering the spread. So last game they were at Marquette. They covered in a win, 86-84. This was on February 8th, on the road. So they're back home. The only thing about being back home, they're actually, over the last 5 games, they're 1-1. They were at home against Seton Hall, and then at home against Connecticut, where they didn't cover against Seton Hall because they won 71-61. So that was the 10-point thing, and they just couldn't cover that 19.5. But Connecticut, they did cover at home, 89-75 victory with a -4.5. So hopefully that one does cash for me and for you if you decide to take that one. Next up is going to be a 2 p.m. game, because that was a 12 p.m. game. I'm on the East Coast, by the way. But this 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time game, this is going to be Alabama State heading to Texas Southern, right? But I'm going to be looking to take another fade here on the total. It's 138.5. I got this over on DraftKings, -115. I forgot to mention the St. John's pick is over on FanDuel. That one was -110. This one's -115. So we're really looking at this here. The last 5 games alone, Alabama State is 4-1 to the under over the last 5 games, whether on the road or at home. And same thing with Texas Southern. Same thing, 4-1 to the under when it's pertaining to whether at home or on the road. In the head-to-head matchup, though, they're actually even at a 1-1. But more recently, is just this specific season, they played against each other at Alabama State. The total was 146.5. They actually combined for 149. So hopefully this sticks and stays at the under the 138. We'll see what happens with this pick. Hopefully this one cashes. Next up, I feel like this one's going to be something of a bit of a interesting spot here, but I decided to go with it. I'm going to be looking to take Xavier on the spread at +2.5. Got this another one over on DraftKings at -118. I think this is the first time I've picked a 118 as well. So Xavier has actually been covering the I keep forgetting. Let's really buckle down here when it's pertaining to this stuff, right? So Xavier's 3-2 ATS over the last 5 games, whether at home or on the road, while Marquette is 2-2-1 to covering the number. The last game it didn't cover at all. So the hope is that they do indeed, Xavier does indeed cover this number. The only other main reason why I did take this though is because Xavier actually has Marquette's number when it's pertaining to the ATS. They played this season twice. December 21st of 2024, this season, they covered the spread in the loss 72-70 at home. And then the very next game at Marquette, which was January 18th, they not only covered the spread plus 9.5, but they won the game 59-57. So that's the main reason why I decided to go with this, just simply because they have Marquette's number here. And the last pick that I'm going to be going to take is another total, and it's a 3:30 p.m. game, and it's another 138.5. It is, if I can find it, here we go. So it's going to be the Texas. It's going to be Texas at Texas A&M. The over is like I said, 138.5. This is another one on DraftKings minus 110. So basically, with this one just seemed like it was a sort of kind of a lock for me. Just something I decided to say, this is what I'm going to go on and take. Texas is 5-0, whether at home or on the road, to the over, while Texas A&M are 4-1 to the over. The last game they were at LSU, which was back on February 8th. They won the game 66-52, but it went under. They only scored 118 points, but the total was actually 142.5. So I'm just believing that they both can handle business here. But then also too, in their last 2 meetings, both meetings were this season on January 4th and January 25th. Both games went over the mark here. So actually no, I'm sorry, I apologize. No, they actually went under. They're 0-2 to the over. It went under because actually January 4th was 141.5. They missed it by 1, literally 1 more bucket. And then the second game was on January 25th. Like I said, they missed it by 2 buckets. 140, same thing, 141.5, and it went under by just 2 buckets. They scored 139. So hopefully this still cashes. We'll see what happens. Interesting that it's 138.5 with the totals being higher than what they were, but I'm believing that this is going to go over this time because they just been revving it up over the last few games when it's pertaining to both teams. So we'll see what happens with each of them. But those are the picks, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's push for some wins today. If you feel up to it, leave some comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on these picks. What are your picks for today's NCAA action and tonight's NBA action? Let's talk about some things, and I will hopefully talk to you all with my 2-log NBA video picks as well as my NCAA picks as well to come soon. Peace, guys.